Hello, my name is Phil and today I will show you how to set up and run a Minecraft server on a Linux server. So I will show you how to set up a vanilla server without any mods, and I will show you how to set up a modded server using the Fabric server platform. Depending on what mods you want to install on your server, you might need to use a different platform, but the setup should still look almost the same. Just keep that in mind that it might look different for you if you use, for example, the PaperMC platform, because the mods you want to install only support that platform. Right then, so what do we need? We obviously need our Linux server. I have set one up already. I have set up a Ubuntu server. You can set up a Fedora server, a Debian server. It doesn't really matter that much. All that might change is that the commands might look a bit different for you. So just keep that in mind, right? And you will need your server files. So either you will need the Minecraft server 26.2 file from the Minecraft site if you want the vanilla server with no mods, and the Fabric server file if you want to use mods. And then to run either of these files, you need the openjdk 25 package, which you can install by using the command here, by copying this command here. I will have the links on commands listed in the description for you to copy paste. But we will start by going on our Linux server and creating the directory that our server will live in. So sudo mkdir, I will create it in opt. You don't have to create it there and even call it that. That is up to you. It's just how I will do it for this video. Then change into that directory. And then the next thing you want to do is get your server file. I will get the Fabric server file since I want to use mods, but you can, if you only want the vanilla server, you can get this file, the Minecraft server 26.2 file, and still follow along with the setup because it's basically identical. The only thing that changes is that with the vanilla server, you are done earlier since you're not going to install any mods, right? That's the only difference, so don't get confused by me starting with the Fabric server file. You will go to the download button, copy, right click, copy link address, go to your Linux server, sudo wget, and paste the link. Wait a second, and there you have the file. Now you need to rename this file because the way it is right now, you won't be able to use it. I will name it server.jar. You can name it whatever you want. Just make sure that you have the .jar ending. That's what you need. So do that, check that it worked. It did. There it is. There's our server. Now, to run this file, as I said, we need the openjdk 25 package. So we will go to this link and then copy the command to install it, paste it, hit enter, and install. For me, it did it really quick because I already had it installed. For you, it might take a minute or two. Right, so after you have done that, the next step is to create a dedicated system user that will run the Minecraft server for us. Why are we doing it this way? Because we could run it using sudo, right? Like we could go sudo Minecraft server here, get the command to start the server, and then say, okay, 1 GB of RAM, right? These two values is how much RAM the server will have to work with. And here is the server file. And we could go and run the server like this. But the problem with that is that if we expose the server on the internet for our friends to join, which is what you are likely going to do, since, you know, why else would you want a server? Then if someone somehow got access to your main Linux system through your Minecraft server that's exposed, and you ran it with sudo, they would have root access to your system and could break a lot of stuff, which is really bad. You don't want that, right? So it would make sense to just create a dedicated system user that runs the server for you, so that in case that you get compromised through your Minecraft server, the people that will have access on your Linux server are not able to do much because that user will only have permission to work in this directory. So that's what we will set up. Cancel this, and then sudo useradd -r-s user sbin nologin. We don't need a login for this user, so we are disabling it. -d, and then the directory which the server is in, and then the username. I will call this MC server, or maybe M server, like whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it this. And then we want to give this user ownership of this directory in which the Minecraft server lives in. So sudo down -r, and then the username, which we called mserver. Come on. mserver server and then the directory. Done. And then we can test running the server using this user, so sudo -u mserver. So we're basically executing the command after this as this user. And then we can copy this command here. I forgot one part of it, like this. And hit enter. See if it works. And it looks like it is. It is now downloading the files that it needs. That might take like a second or two. Just give it a moment. Okay, that is done now. It gives me a error or a warning. It says failed to load euler.txt. You need to agree to the euler. So we will do that by using any text editor we want and opening the euler.txt, and we will change from false to true. Save it, exit, start the server one more time. Okay, the server is now up and running, and we can double check that by going on our Minecraft game. As you see right now, it's not refreshed yet and it is down. We click refresh, give it a second. And as you can see, the Minecraft server is now up and we could in theory connect to it. I'm not going to do that because I know it's working. I can see that it's on, so that's fine. You connect to it using the Linux server IP and the port 25565 like this. Then I will close the server again because we are not done yet. I just wanted to see if it works. So now that we know that it does work, we don't want to have to run this command every single time that we want the server to run, right? We want to be able to close the terminal to our Linux server. And if I did that now, while this command was running, the server would stop. The Minecraft server wouldn't be running anymore, right? So in order to fix that, we will create a system service that will run the server for us, so that even when we are not connected to the Linux server, the Minecraft server will be still up and running. So to do that, sudo nano, again, any text editor that you would like, systemd, system, and we will call this the Minecraft server.service. Enter. You can call it whatever you want. Just keep in mind, please, that you need the .service ending. You need that, right? Everything before that doesn't matter. That's up to you. We will start with unit. Give it a description. What it does. It is the Minecraft server. And then say after is network.target. This basically means that the Minecraft server will only start if there is a network connection on the Linux server itself, right? So the service is only started if a network connection is established, because everything else wouldn't make sense. You don't need your Minecraft server running if there is no network connection. So then, that being said, the next thing you want to do is the service itself. Enter service like this. User, the user you wanted to run it as. I already forgot what I called the user. Excuse me. We set mserver. Okay, so the user is mserver. Then working directory is the directory that the Minecraft server is in. So opt/mc. And then the command we want to execute, which is, I will just go get that command from here real quick. Remove all of that for now. We will give it 1 GB again. For you, 4 GB minimum would be recommended. Like that would be the best thing for a smooth experience as a minimum. And then you want to put in the path to your server file, which is opt-mc, and we call it server.jar. And then here you want it to restart automatically. So on failure, so if the service now goes down or has a error or whatever, it will try to restart itself. And then what you also need for the service to work is wanted by multi-user.target to tell it where and when to run. Hit enter and then exit this file, and sudo systemctl daemon reload, and then enable --. Now we are enabling the service we just created, Minecraft server.service. And we can now check if it is working by doing this. checking with the status command. And as we can see, the service is now active and running, and we can see that these are the logs from the server. So if we just, again, here we now can see that the server is running, all dimensions are saved. That means the server is now up and running. If we want to stop the server, we would do stop. And then you can see the server is now not running anymore. We can confirm again, it will not load. And then if we want to start the server again, all we need to do is start. Then again, status, give it a second, and we can confirm again if it is working. And it's now up again. So as you can see, it's working. Now, if we want to change any settings on the server, we need to edit this file server.properties using any text editor. So sudo nano server.properties, and here you have your Minecraft server related settings like the difficulty seed that is used to generate the world and things like that. After you have made a change, right? For example, I want the difficulty to be on hard. You edit the file, you save it, you exit, and then you need to restart the Minecraft server. You cannot just reload it, you need to restart it. Restart, and then again, with status, you can check what it's doing right now, give it a second to load, and then you're good to go. So this is basically the setup for the vanilla server. So like to this point, if you set it up with the vanilla server, you are done. You can now exit the terminal, close everything. Like you can close the Linux server at the terminal that connects you to it with SSH or whatever you're using. And you're done, your server is running, you're good to go. Everything else, you can basically, all other settings you can change on the server itself. Then to now install mods, we will continue with going into the mods directory and downloading the mods that we want. I want the PlueMap plugin, or not plugin, it's a mod, right? Then we will select the platform fabric and the right version, right click, copy link address, and then sudo wget the link. Give it a second. There it is. And rename that because right now the way it looks here, the server won't be able to load this mod. So we will call it just bluemap.jar. And then what we also need is the Fabric API, which is needed for the Fabric server to load the mods. So copy the link address, sudo wget the link, give it a second again, and we will rename it to Fabric API.jar. Again, it's important that you have the .jar ending. Okay, both are here. So now we can go out of this directory, back to the main one, and we can restart the server one more time and check the logs. Because with the mod that I just installed, I know that it's going to ask me to give it permission to download files from the internet. Depending on what mod you use, you might need to do something similar. Right here it says PlueMap is missing important resources. You must accept the required file download. So we will enter this directory. Or not directory, we will open this file. And here accept download, we will change that true. And then restart the Minecraft server one more time. Check the status. And give it a second again. And there we see PlueMap loaded, and there we go. Our Minecraft server is now up, running, and the mod is loaded. We can crash it, check if it's working. Yep, it's up and running. So now we are basically also done. We now have a vanilla server if you set up with the vanilla server file and a modded server using the Fabric platform. I hope that I could help you. If you have any questions, if you need more help, if you want a tutorial for something different, maybe how to expose the server on the internet using different ways so your friends can join, right? How to expose it, not forwarding any ports and stuff like that. If you want something like that, let me know. And if you need any help, also please let me know in the comments. I will try my best to help you. That being said, thank you for watching and have a nice day. See ya.